What's going on? This is a crypto market recap for Saturday, April 5th. So, Bitcoin dominance is bull flagging on the daily here. We're still seeing more confidence in Bitcoin over the entire sector. But the thing is, I'm kind of in disbelief of how well Bitcoin has been holding up. And I mean, a lot of other crypto names as well. But Bitcoin is the staple, so that's what we have to go by. So, we're still holding up. We're still in this equilibrium pattern right now, and just an inside bar on the day, closing just underneath the 12 moving average. So that's telling us this is still being an issue at this point. Yeah, so we'll see what the break of this inside bar tells us, which direction, and yeah, we're just looking for a lower high than this. Now this high. 88,624. And I have a feeling Monday is going to be fireworks one way or another, so be ready for that. I mean, we could easily break out of this pattern bearish, and we could follow the rest of the stock market if we see a big gap down on Monday. So be cautious of that, and I would kind of pay attention to that, have a stop. I probably wouldn't want to be holding this if we break this 81,000 level. If we break that, we're probably gonna we're heading to this support here or testing a lower trend line here, depending on the gravity of how big this day is going to be on Monday. I mean, we could break bull too. That is a possibility. Just the way SPY closed and the volume behind the move, it insinuated that there's going to be a potentially gap down on Monday. So be ready for that, especially on crypto. At least you have the 24-hour trading on crypto that you can respond to that beforehand and kind of get a heads up. But I would be watching your most recent lows as your stops, just because that is going to be important. So Ethereum, a bit weaker, but still holding this bottom support. We still haven't found a bottom yet on this. It's a lower low on every candle. So need to break that pattern and break above the high of today and start heading back up. We're just looking for a lower high than 1954 on the way back up. Sorry. Lower high than 1954 on the way back up, and we will see if we haven't play an equilibrium or possible inverse head and shoulders at that point. So that's what I'm looking at for Ethereum. XRP holding up better, still in this equilibrium as well, like from high, low, lower high, higher low. Now we're trying to set this right now for this weekly. This is a weekly equilibrium at this point, so that's what I'm looking at for this. We still haven't set a lower high on the daily yet. We're just looking for a lower high than this at this point, and we'll see if we can shape up an inverse head and shoulders. And that's about it for XRP, the bigger pattern. I'm more bullish on Bitcoin and XRP than Ethereum, that's for sure, because we're still above the monthly 12 moving average, well above for XRP. So that's notable for XRP. Bitcoin is just a little bit above. Ethereum way below, and a monthly trend change. These things take a long time to turn around. That's why I have zero interest in Ethereum, but I know a lot of people are playing it. It's one of the more stable coins. So Litecoin. So now we're just pretty much bear flagging from we're daily bouncing. We're just looking for a lower high than 88.39, and we'll see if we can shape up an inverse head and shoulders. We've bounced enough that we should see a higher low on the way back down, but that's not a guarantee. Monday will definitely set the tone for that. Hype. So we're just daily bear flagging at this point. Hype doesn't look good. We're just trying to set a higher low than the all-time low, which is 1044, and we've made it to 11.05. And no guarantee this has to hold, because this is kind of controlled selling on the way back down, so that's gives a bit of breather for the bears. So it is possible we could see all-time lows on this name, but so far this is holding up. Just yeah, need to see this turnaround now. Need to see daily trend changes. BNB, one of the better names, still holding its previous low here, much higher. It's much higher from its most previous low than all the other names. We've retraced enough now that we're definitely expecting a lower high on the way back up. We still haven't officially started bouncing on the day yet. This is still just a straight drop technically. So double inside bar, the break of that will definitely be important tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that. And yeah, we're just looking for a weekly higher low than 508. So it's longer time frame. And we've just got kind of an equilibrium at this point on the weekly as well. Actually, I didn't see that. Low, high, higher low, lower high. So yeah, that's what I'm watching. Solana, let's see, BNB on the 12-month. We are at the 12-month on BNB. We've obviously got this head and shoulders pattern. I don't know why I have so many lines. I keep my lines on. But yeah, we have this monthly head and shoulders to be cautious of now, and whenever the monthly bottoms out, we would be looking for a monthly lower high. Solana below the monthly 12, trying to find a daily higher low, or we're bouncing on the daily actually right now, just kind of weak bounce so far. We're just looking for a lower high than here, and to see if we can make an inverse head and shoulders. But we've held this support. I think we broke it by a couple pennies there, and with no follow through. But yeah, we're just looking at this like a potential equilibrium now at this point. Ondo. Now let's try. Now we're just still looking for the daily lower high than 95 cents, and see if this turns into an equilibrium. We're in a double inside bar right now, and so you have to play the break of that. Link, double inside bar, looking for that higher low than 1188, and we've got this potential inverse head and shoulders, but we've given way too much back for the arm that I would just expect this to be an equilibrium in the outcome for the right shoulder. But we need to set this higher low now and start heading back up. Sui, still looking for its right shoulder as well, and still hasn't officially set a higher low at this point, so still in free fall essentially, and looking for that higher low than 197. So that is important so that we don't lose this 197. XLM, same thing, have this inverse head and shoulders, but now like we had a little small left shoulder and then a big head, and now we're kind of seeing a long drawn out right shoulder at this time. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. But yeah, it's we're just looking for that higher low than 22,709.22709. Cardano, now we've got this potential falling wedge I'm looking at, looking for that higher low than 58.1 or 0.581. Sorry, haven't officially said anything. We are bouncing on the daily, but we need to change the daily trend to kind of set that support, but we're not there yet. Just looking for that lower high than 0.709. Dogecoin starting to shape up this inverse head and shoulders. We're just okay. We've got a inverse head and shoulders in an inverse head and shoulders. Left shoulder, head. We're getting a little bit of traction here with the bulls potentially. So just looking for a lower high than this, 1803, and then if we can't break that, then we'll be setting up its right shoulder. Hbar, just kind of, it's just being pinned underneath this 12 moving average, just bear flagging right now. It's very weak. Mochi, bear flag, already heading back down to the lows. Need to hold this low. 92606. Otherwise, we're heading back to these all-time lows, or the support below it's 0.00007. So yeah, it's a bit of a drop from there. Alpha, just heading heading straight to the all-time lows. Caspa, trying to find a higher low than 0.5555. Yeah, our head and shoulder, inverse head and shoulders is kind of looking pretty weak now. Now we could be looking at this like an equilibrium, but we still have to set this daily higher low and change the trend back to the bulls on the daily. AVAX, looking for its same thing as all the other ones. Just need to set a daily, or start bouncing on the daily and then make enough room that we can set a daily higher low on the way back up. Otherwise, this could easily just keep dropping. Ton, wow, seeing hard follow through from that rising wedge break. Basically just looking for a higher low than this recent low. But this made a lot more room than all the other names, so it has a lot more room to play with. Kind of looking at this like a possible, I don't know. Yeah, so there seems to be we got 3 touches on this downtrend line now, so I think this trend line is important to be watching for. But yeah, we got left shoulder, head. Now we need to make a right shoulder, and we've retraced enough that we would just see a lower high on the way back up now. Broke the 0.5, don't like seeing that. Now we want to see the golden pocket holds. But yeah, then we would be looking for a lower high, most likely scenario on the way back up. That's pretty good volume too. Elevating volume on the way back down, so you don't like seeing that. Trump, just daily bear flag, starting to try and confirm now. We didn't make that much room on the way back up, but I mean, it's possible to make a higher low, but less likely at this point. And yeah, heading back down to the support already. All right, so I will put out another video again tomorrow, and we will see what the outcome of Monday is. I think it looks like we're kind of in a holding pattern. Maybe Bitcoin will be the canary in the coal mine and show us what is to come on Monday. And that's kind of why I'm watching crypto, for kind of a clue to what's going to happen on Monday. Because if Bitcoin just crashes, then the likelihood of everything else crashing goes up. All right, take care, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.